Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm not outside Old Trafford. I'm not in the studio. I'm in my kitchen. But get involved in the comments and the chat and let us know about all your thoughts on Manchester United Football Club. In terms of the weather here in sunny Salford, it's not so sunny. It's actually pretty grim, to be honest with you. But my mood is sunny because United won last night, coming back from 2-0 down against Aston Villa to win 3-2. Who'd have thunk it, eh? A lot of the news stories this morning focusing on the night before with Rasmus Hojlund getting that winner and also his first Premier League goal. Great moment for him. Great moment for Alejandro Garnacho as well, getting those 2 goals. And a great moment or a great night for Manchester United Football Club. So there's a few stories that centre on that. We'll get into that. Make sure as well you are hitting like, share and subscribe. And also, we're in Dublin tomorrow. There's only a few tickets are left though. So if you move now, you might still be able to get some. If you're over in Dublin and you want to come and see us tomorrow night, me, Howson, McCullough, Joe and Wes Brown, we're doing a live event in Dublin at the Red Cow. Click on the link that's in the description there. There's also a link in the pin chat. So come down there if you can. Come and show us a bit of love, and obviously we'll have a laugh, we'll have a chat, we'll meet you guys, and we'll do a bit of a live podcast. We did it last year, and it was fantastic. Going through some of the quotes from last night. Ten Hag has sort of hinted. There's one in the evening news here that says he hints at a new attacking combination. It says Ten Hag has hinted that both Garnacho and Marcus Rashford could both become key members of his first choice attack. If I'm allowed to have a little Brucey, me class of 91. That's not a thing. My Cup Winners' Cup. He said, I think he, meaning Rashford, played very good, but he was ill during the period. Also, he had 1 or 2 games that we preferred to play Garnacho off the left-hand side because he deserved it. He showed he was not only a threat, he had key actions, assists, shots, on target, scored goals. So there is also internal competition, but we have to see how we fit them in together. Today we played Alejandro on the right side, but can also be fluid. And I know Rashford will also score goals from the right-hand side. I think Alejandro Garnacho played far better on the right-hand side than Marcus Rashford usually does. I thought Rashford played well yesterday. I thought he really grew into the game. But Alejandro Garnacho on that right-hand side was great. I think that suits him. I think he can play there. And I think if I was to moving forward, if I was Erik Ten Hag, then I'd probably stick with that. I've been saying for a while, mate, that you need to swap Garnacho and Anthony round. Anthony on the right-hand side offers almost nothing, and he keeps trying to shoot. And maybe if you had a right footer on there, you could try and play in the ball. Like, Garnacho's not really always looking to feed Rasmus Hojlund, but we saw Marcus playing some decent balls with his left foot yesterday. So I'd be more than happy to see Rashford stay on the left and Garnacho on the right with Rasmus Hojlund down the middle, because I think that might be a sort of a combination that could work. On Hojlund, obviously he was buzzing, and it says here now that he's set a target after scoring his first Premier League goal. He spoke to Prime Video, who covered the game, obviously. He said, it's been a while, but I'm happy. You can see the celebrations. We believed until the end and showed a lot of character today. Like the manager said, I've scored a couple in the Champions League. We scored 5 in the Champions League. But of course, it's been a while in the Premier League now, so I'm happy to get the first one, and hopefully I can build on that. Listen, I'm not going to get carried away. He's only got 1 Premier League goal, but he's got 6 goals this season. So it's not like he's been a disaster. I think a lot of rival fans and pundits and stuff have jumped on the fact he hasn't scored in the Premier League. And I get it, because obviously by December you'd expect your striker to have got at least 1 goal in the Premier League. But he has scored goals for Manchester United, and we can all see what he brings to the team. And I was saying this on the watch-along last night. It's very rare you get United fans agreeing on anything. But by and large, all the United fans I've spoken to, and we see in the comments in the chat, have all backed Hojlund. They all see there's a player there, and no one's really blaming him for his lack of Premier League goals. If you look at the lack of service he gets, it's probably a miracle he's actually got 1 Premier League goal, to be honest with you. He also said he's the happiest man alive after that goal. Great to see the celebrations as well. The whole team joining in. Andre Onana running the length of the pitch to join in. Listen, Andre Onana, he's had his critics as well. I actually said the first goal, I thought he could have done better. But that save in the second half was phenomenal. It really was. So I think Onana deserves a bit of credit. I think the team as a whole, it's not very often you say this about Manchester United, but they all deserve credit. I thought it was a great performance last night. And I don't go on and on about it because we did a review, but I mean, that clearance from Johnny Evans too. Come on, let's have it right. That was unreal. So yeah, just a good night. There's a story here in the Mirror, and it says here, Glazer family suffer immediate financial blow in Sir Jim Ratcliffe deal. That's a good bit of news for me anyway. Anything that sees the Glazers not getting money or not getting as much money as they used to is, I think, is a positive one. It says here the Glazers are not due to receive their usual biannual dividend after Sir Jim Ratcliffe completed his minority takeover at United. Says there, I think this is the mirror quote from the Times, that from the 241-page document published by the New York Stock Exchange, it shows details of INEOS's proposed investment, and it states that no dividends will be paid to shareholders for the next 3 years. So obviously the Glazers are making money out of this deal. I'm not saying they're not. They're going to make money off Sir Jim Ratcliffe buying Manchester United or buying a share of Manchester United, but they won't be taking their biannual dividends that they always take, which always annoy us. So that's quite an interesting one. So I don't know what that could that mean, that potentially further down the line there is room for them selling more of the club to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much, especially about financial things, because I can, I've got a GCSE maths just about, so I'm not exactly Kieran Maguire. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether that influences them at all. Now, let's have a look. What else we've got here? There's a story here in La Gazzetta dello Sport that's come via Team Talk that Inter are considering a Martial swoop. They're considering signing United striker Andy Martial in next month's transfer window. Listen, Martial's had his critics, and I've been, one of them this season. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't sell him in the January transfer window. I really wouldn't. Unless we're bringing in another striker, I don't expect Martial to go anywhere. So if we bring in another striker, great. If not, then I don't think Martial will go anywhere. But we'll have to wait and see. Just going backwards, if I can, on the Hojlund thing as well. On Instagram, he posted a picture of him celebrating and put, "What a comeback, guys. Thanks for the support towards me and the team today. You deserve this." Great to see that as well. Football Insider are saying that United are willing to grant Amad Diallo a loan deal, willing to let him leave on loan in next month's transfer window, according to them. He went on loan at Sunderland, obviously, last season, did really well. Bit of a shame he's just been injured, hasn't he? Because it's not really happened for him. And there's a player there. I think there's a player there in Amad Diallo, but whether he, gets a chance at Manchester United, we'll have to wait and see. He's obviously signed under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, hasn't really had much of a chance, and it looks like he could be going out on loan. Let me know what you think about that. Do you want to see him stay? Do you think he deserves a chance? I personally would give him a chance. I think when you look at some of our other options out wide, I think he's as good as any of them. United to consult INEOS on January transfer window decisions. It says United must consult INEOS on any major decisions they make in next month's transfer window. It says this is obviously about the deal going through, and even though it's not, it could take 8 weeks for it to be ratified, which is obviously going to take you past the January transfer window. The INEOS still have to be consulted on any January transfer plans, which a few people suggested that as well, didn't they? They said, listen, there's every chance that, despite the fact that this deal hasn't been ratified, that INEOS could have a say in what goes on, and it looks like that could be the case. There's also another story here doing the rounds that Varane told Man United what they want to hear about going to Real Madrid. It says here that Rafael Varane previously, it's a bit, the way this is worded isn't great. Sorry, forgive me, because it's they've worded it a bit back to front, but basically, because I think they're trying to clickbait it, it's the MEN. He's saying that Varane is hopeful United will trigger the 1-year extension in his contract. Listen, Varane's a fantastic player. The issue is obviously his injury record. That's the problem. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but it's not about his ability. It's about his injury record. And also, there's another story doing here. I've seen this on Sky, their paper roundup, that United are interested in signing Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich, according to reports. So, I mean, that's a bit of a strange one, but I don't know. Could we get him? Is that realistic? I don't know. It seems that very much is the paper talk. And I think it's going to be next season rather than this season. I've seen this a few days ago. This has been doing the rounds for a little while, but yeah, I don't really look too much into it. Some people saying next season. Some people saying Talk Sport saying that this could happen in January. I don't know. Take that one with a pinch of salt. We obviously need reinforcements. I don't know if Joshua Kimmich is going to be coming to Manchester United, but who knows? Anyway, we're going to leave it there. We're going to be back later on, me and Joe Smith with Paddock Live. And make sure as well you go and check out the link in the description if you're in Dublin tomorrow. Come and join us. Come and see me, Howson, McCullough, Joe Smith, and Wes Brown and Uncle Webby making a cameo as well. We'll be there in Dublin. Looking forward to it. This has been the Paper Talk from the kitchen. Looking out my window, it's a pretty grim Salford, but I'm shining inside. Oh, how cheesy. See you on the next one.